الجماعة المالي نظام أمين سليم يأتي من طريق صحيح ويذهب إلى طريق صحيح. يقول أمير المؤمنين: الناس لا تعرف من أين نأتي بالأموال ولا تستطيع أن تتصور هذا، لأنهم لم يجدوا النظم التي تشبه نظام الجماعة. نظام الجماعة نظام فريد ليس له مثيل في أي نظام مالي آخر في العالم. الذي وضع هذا النظام هو سيدنا الإمام المهدي والمسيح الموعود. لماذا؟ لأنه كيف يمكن أن تكون هناك دعوة إلى الله ونشر هذه الدعوة في العالم دون مورد مالي؟ ولذلك كان حضرته يشترط على كل من يبايع للدخول في الجماعة الإسلامية الأحمدية على يده أن يقرر مبلغا من المال أو نسبة من موارده المالية مقدما ليدفعها لينفق منها في سبيل الله. لم تكن هناك نسبة محددة، وإنما الدليل على صدق الإنسان في المبايعة أنه مستعد للتضحية ببعض ماله، فكان يقول مثلا: سأدفع هذا القدر أو هذه النسبة من رأس مالي. وكانت هذه الأموال أيضا في آخر العام يكون هناك تقرير يعرض على مجلس الشورى، لأن مجلس الشورى منذ بداية تكوين الجماعة هناك مجلس الشورى.
It started at the time of the second head of the Ahmadiyya community, Khalifatul Massih, Majlis Shura.
That means this change happened.
I'll explain.
Yes, Hadhrat.
Even like at the time of Hadhrat Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, there was not a regular house of consultative body. There was no regular house of consultative body, Majlis Shura. But whenever he required anything at any important moment, he would always call some of those people whom he trusted and inquired from them as to what should be done. Many times he even consulted his wives. Sometimes openly, whoever came, he consulted them. So this was the style of shura which was prevalent throughout the life of Hadhrat Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. He never decided without consultation. Shawirhum fil amr was an injunction from Allah. How could he ignore that injunction? So he never took decision without consultation. Exactly the same way Hazrat Massih Maud all his life consulted people, the close, pious companions of his, before taking an important decision. But later on, during the time of my late father, when he was the second head of the Ahmadiyya community, he considered that the Jamaat is spreading very rapidly all over the world, and this system cannot work because I can consult only a few present in Qadian, while maybe the Jamaats in Africa outnumber us and there are so many other Jamaats. So this is a universal system of Islam. It should be established as an institution. So he for the first time introduced this consultation as an institution. And in 1922, the first Majlis Shura was called. 22 maybe, yes. Or thereabout, maybe, but I remember it to be in 19... I don't personally, I was not born as yet, but having read it, it was first called in 1922, and then, except for a few occasional omissions, discontinued. And the system is that this system was first introduced in Pakistan alone. During my time, I have introduced it in the entire world. Everywhere where there is Ahmadiyya, there is a Majlis Shura. So even in England, they have a Majlis Shura. And all the financial matters are presented to Majlis Shura. Once they check it and audit things and consult each other as to how best the budget should be maintained and what should be the sources of income other than the regular subscriptions, etc., etc., then that budget is sent for approval to the center. And all the all the decisions taken do not become decisions. And why I was hesitant in calling them decision is that according to Islamic system, it is Majlis Shura, not a decision-making body. Majlis Shura presents its counsel and advice to the one who decides. And this is the true central Islamic system which we have inherited from Hadhrat Muhammad Rasulullah. Shawirun fil amr, but it also says, فَإِذَا عَزَمْتَ فَتَوَكَّلْ عَلَى اللَّهِ. Decision will be yours, but consult you must. Consult them, get the opinions of everybody else, and then what you decide, then tawakkal ala Allah, because it's not a democracy where you depend on the people. Common people can't do anything unless they are led properly. So democracy is a fake thing. Only a sort of necessity, compulsion. They can't do anything else because they have no choice between a Khalifa and a democracy. So they have a choice between a dictatorship or democracy. Of course, democracy is much better than. But the decisions become automatically, even if a motion is passed by a majority of a single one vote. So the whole system is absolutely, defective and flawed in so many ways. But there, the head is the most trusted one in Islam, who commands not only the trust but love of all the Muslims. He is elected if he is elected. Anbiya are not elected. But in case of the Anbiya, the selection is made by God Himself. So who could make a better selection than God? So His brain and His decision and His attitude to life is supposed to be so perfect that if He does not like the advice, even if it's jointly submitted to Him, He holds the authority of rejecting it. But it seldom happens. But He must have that right of veto. This right was exercised by Hazrat Muhammad Rasulullah during this Hudaybiyah. You see, all of the companions, without exception, were united in this decision that they must do Hajj at whatever cost. Only one, Hazrat Muhammad Rasulullah, said no. Allah does not permit you to go to perform Hajj or Umrah if the passage is not safe. Because this is the condition laid in the Holy Quran. Passage is not safe, so I will not defy Allah's hukum. You don't understand these things. But as a united body, they advised him to perform Hajj, and he single-handedly refused and rejected their advice. And God accepted his decision and rejected the decision of all. So this is the spirit in Islam. I'm just introducing this incidentally, because this is also a very important thing for us to understand. We must have a consultative body on the style of Hazrat Muhammad Rasulullah, otherwise it will become just a common house of democracy like other institutions in the world. So Khalifa, in representation of the center of Islam, he becomes the head, of course, and in him diverge and converge every movement of the entire affairs of Islam. So he has the final authority in decision making. So this is why these Majalis Shura, wherever they take decisions, they submit their reports to Khalifatul Massih, and when he approves them, then that becomes law, not before that. And it so happens that the thinking in the Jamaat university is so much alike, because taqwa is guiding the steps of everybody, and taqwa is universal. Taqwa is neither Pakistani, nor not Arabian, nor African, nor English. Taqwa is universal. So that is why everyone who considers things and contemplates on certain matters, then comes out with a decision, his own personal decision, he always thinks in terms of whether this would please God or not. And that is how we train our members of parliament.